Rio. They walk away from the car that was written here. Semoga lancar Pak. Anda Rizal mantan Brasil ya? Mantan Malaysia ke sini. Sama bagian. Selamat datang Pak. Siap.
Yeah, welcome to Rio de Janeiro, Mr. President. I'm the grandson of Pak Nurdin Zainal.
Oke. Terus kamu tadi ditanya apa sama Pak Prabowo?
Is your dad?
Aduh, rasanya seneng banget ya. Kita sebagai orang Indonesia di Rio bangga banget karena bisa dapat pertama dikunjungi sama Bapak Presiden ya. Gitu. Dan lagi ya kita hanya bisa berdoa. Semoga Bapak Presiden diberi kesehatan, sehat supaya bisa memimpin bangsa Indonesia.
Ya, gimana ya? Pertama kali untuk saya juga lihat Presiden Indonesia.
My Senior Minister for Economic Affairs.
Very nice to meet you, sir.
Deputy Minister of Finance.
Very nice to meet you, sir.
Please. First of all, Your Excellency, Secretary General of the United Nations, His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, thank you very much for meeting with us today in the middle of your very busy schedule. I understand you flew 20 hours from Baku, so I really appreciate this meeting. We really appreciate, respect, and support your consistent stand to uphold international peace, international justice, international law. This is really uplifting for us that you are consistent in this. And for us, your stand on many of the issues of concern in this present situation, especially the issue of food security, poverty, the issue of human rights violations, violations of international law, especially in Palestine. And we reaffirm Indonesia's commitment to support all United Nations efforts, and we are willing to support. For instance, we are on record as saying that we will support peacekeeping forces in the event there's a possibility of ceasefire and the need for internationally mandated peacekeeping forces. We are ready to provide the forces. So I also thank you for your letter of the issues that you want to discuss. As you know, in the issue of global climate change, we are very committed. We are very ambitious. I plan in my new administration to go completely 100% renewable and green. And we hope that we can achieve this within 10 years, but on several issues we can go faster. For instance, we have already developed the technology to make diesel oil from plants, from palm oil, diesel oil, and we are also now developing to produce benzene, gasoline from palm oil, but the economic cost is still not attractive. So we have to find a new, better procedures. But we hope maybe in 2-3 years we can get an economically attractive to get gasoline from plants. And renewables, we have a lot of geothermal. I think Indonesia is very blessed. We are the largest reserves of geothermal energy in the world. I think about 60% of geothermal energy is Indonesia. We have also, of course, abundant solar energy. Solar energy, I think the photovoltaic panels and electricity from solar energy is very attractive because we are very dispersed. We have a lot of islands, 17,000 islands, but we are committed and we are very optimistic. We are very bullish on this transition to a green energy. So once again, Secretary General, we support you. We are inspired by you, by your committed stand for international peace and international law, and we hope if we can support you in more ways, we are very willing to do so. Thank you very much, Secretary General.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, I want first of all to say that Indonesia is for us an extremely strategic, valuable partner. We see eye to eye with Indonesia in relation to the crucial aspects that we face in today's world. Indonesia was very active in the Summit of the Future, and in the recognition that we live with the multilateral institutions that correspond to the world of 1945, when Indonesia was not yet independent, and when many other countries were not yet independent. And so, at the level of the Security Council and at the level of the international financial institutions, they still correspond to a world that no longer exists. And we need to adapt them on the name of justice, on the name of equity, in order to correspond to the present economy and to the present geopolitical situation. And that means that the role of countries like Indonesia, that is emerging as an extremely important international partner, is for us vital in our efforts to bring more justice, more equity, and more capacity of the international system to support developing countries that still are the victims of an unjust, unfair, and outdated system that has led many of them to be drowning in debt, many of them not to have the resources necessary to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, many of them not having the resources to protect their own populations against the impacts of climate change. And so there is a reform of the Security Council and the reform of international financial institutions in which we see eye to eye with Indonesia, and Indonesia has played a very important role in the Summit of the Future, and we want to go on working closely with Indonesia in the preparation of future reforms.
Tadi kan memulai lawatan pertama dengan bertemu Sekjen PBB. Tadi apa saja sih Pak yang ditekankan, Pak?
Jadi Sekjen PBB sangat menghargai sikap Indonesia dalam berbagai masalah, terutama masalah climate change, Indonesia sangat mendukung upaya-upaya untuk mengambil langkah-langkah ya, mengurangi emisi karbon, dan Indonesia memang kita berniat dan kita punya rencana dan kita punya kemampuan untuk benar-benar menuju energi terbarukan, renewable energy. Kita sangat punya potensi dan sangat mampu, renewable dan green. Jadi kita nanti dari sumber-sumber energi, geothermal, hidro, kemudian panas matahari, dan terutama dari tanaman, bioenergi, biofuel. Jadi kita sangat mendukung. Beliau berharap kita terus, Indonesia dipandang cukup penting sekarang, dan beliau berharap Indonesia terus mengambil sikap yang proaktif dan mendukung. Saya jawab bahwa kita akan mendukung sikap PBB, kita akan mendukung sikap beliau, Sekjen PBB. Beliau punya sikap yang penuh dengan prinsip. Juga masalah Palestina, beliau juga punya sikap yang tegas, penuh prinsip, mengutamakan hukum internasional.
Tadi bicara soal Palestina juga ya Pak,
ya.
Utama untuk mencapai target tersebut itu apa Pak yang nanti Indonesia melakukan langkah?
Masalah apa?
Energi yang terbarukan itu.
Iya, kita menuju bahwa kita nanti berharap net zero emission. Kita menuju ke situ, ya.
Pak Prabowo tadi kan disebut oleh Pak Sekjen Antonio bahwa Indonesia ini adalah strategic partner, Pak, gitu, dan diharapkan kehadiran Indonesia. Nah, apakah Bapak berencana nanti ke depannya juga bakal istilahnya selalu hadir gitu Pak ya di UN General Assembly agar Indonesia lebih hadir gitu Pak?
Ya, kita lihat perkembangan ya, tentunya saya fokus sebetulnya ya, bulan-bulan pertama, tahun-tahun pertama saya harus fokus untuk memperbaiki ekonomi dalam negeri, domestik. Saya kebetulan begitu saya dilantik ada G20, ada APEC, jadi saya harus datang, dan juga karena G20 dan APEC itu berdekatan dan jauh, kalian saya manfaatkan untuk mampir ke beberapa negara, Tiongkok, Amerika. Nanti pulang dari sini saya akan ke Inggris untuk ketemu, bicara masalah ekonomi juga. Kemungkinan kita bisa narik investasi. Dan dari situ saya juga berusaha untuk mampir di Timur Tengah. Beberapa negara di Timur Tengah. Hanya kita lihat apakah tanggalnya cocok atau tidak. Tapi saya ingin segera pulang sebetulnya.
Udah tanggal rendang ya Pak?
Pak, kalau yang G20 sedikit Pak, mungkin apa sikap Indonesia nanti akan disampaikan di G20 besok?
Ya, kita tetap akan menyuarakan bahwa perekonomian dunia sangat tergantung stabilitas, dan kita mendorong stabilitas, mendorong perdamaian, tapi terutama mendorong the rule of law. Ya, oke. Terima kasih. Ladies and gentlemen, attendees of the Indonesia-Brazil Business Forum, Thank you very much for this occasion. Thank you very much for the organizers. And thank you very much, distinguished guests who I understand come from other parts of Brazil. And today is a Sunday. I think. I'm confused. I don't know the days anymore. Yes, because I just carry out what my team tells me what to do. So I really appreciate it on a Sunday for all of you from Brazil. I understand Sunday is a sacred day, but you make the effort to come here and to meet us. So I'm very honored. As you know, Indonesia and Brazil, I think we have many common, let us say, common elements between us. We are relatively big countries. We have big population. We have big resources. Brazil is quite advanced in its industries. We are trying to catch up. We want to industrialize. And I think we can have a good synergy between us. We can have a good symbiotic relationship. And we have common interests together. Brazil is very forward-looking, looking into the future. That's why I think Brazil is a key leading member of BRICS. And as you know, I announced already that Indonesia has put in a request to be a member of BRICS, and I was inaugurated on the 20th of October, and I installed my cabinet on the 21st of October, and I sent my foreign minister to fly direct to Kazan for the BRICS summit, which I could not attend, but so I think the BRICS organization with B as the alphabet that denotes Brazil shows how Brazil is actually on the forward edge of global developments. So I applaud this, and actually I already announced in 2014 when I started my attempts at running for president of Indonesia. I did announce that when I become president of Indonesia, I will bring Indonesia to join BRICS. So that was when 20th of October I was installed. 21st I sent my foreign minister, and we want to join Brazil and the other BRICS countries. We think that this will be a significant new element in the global economy. I think, Mr. Ailangga, you already addressed the forum today? Belum? No. Pak Hashim sudah? Well, Mr. Hashim has already spoken to you, so I think he has covered everything, so I don't need to make too many comments. What do you think? I will just give a few remarks, and I better give the floor to you so that I answer your questions. I think it's better that way, right? But anyway, in general, I think I myself am very optimistic. I'm bullish. I've seen the figures. I've seen the plans, and I have focused on what I consider the strategic, fundamental elements of a strong, modern country. First, I see, as every leader must see, that a country must feed its own people. There is no use to have a state, to have a republic, to have a government who cannot feed its own people. This is so fundamental. It's part of my belief for many years. A country must be able to feed its own people. Therefore, food security is foremost in my strategy. And this is in line with the theme of the G20 summit, to fight against poverty and hunger. So I am completely in line with your president's thinking and your president's strategy. Growth, yes. Prosperity is our goal, but there is no use for high growth if the majority of the people cannot enjoy that growth. If the wealth is only held by the very, very few, in my opinion, that is a recipe for a failed state. That is my conviction. There must be equal opportunity. The economy must not be designed to keep the majority of the people poor. This cannot be. We cannot accept hunger. I say very clearly everywhere, what is the use of Indonesia being a member of the G20 when 25% of our children do not have enough to eat? So that's another of my strategic program, free meal to every child of Indonesia. And in this, I want also to learn from Brazil, which has already a successful program. So I have asked my team to arrange with your ambassador to Indonesia. We want to send a team to study this, the Brazilian meal program for the school children. So after the food sufficiency and the meal for the children, we are also going into energy self-sufficiency. And we are blessed, as also Brazil. Maybe we are, I think we are only 2 or 3 countries in the world that can be very soon self-sufficient in green energy and renewable energy. I think Brazil is more advanced with us with the use of biofuel, energy from plant-based, and you're very successful in the ethanol, and we are going into biodiesel, producing diesel from palm oil. We are now at 35 to 40%. We want to boost to 50% by 2025. And this will make us basically producing our own diesel and being completely green, renewable. We also have a lot of hydropower, a lot of geothermal power. We have a lot of course, energy from the sun, solar, and this makes us very, very bullish, very, very exciting to meet the future. We also have critical minerals, and we plan to design and produce our own nuclear reactors, so we can also work together with a Brazilian industry. In the field of fisheries, we are also very potential. I speak with the experts. We are, I think, maybe our reserves in fishing reserves in the world, we are number 2 or number 3 in fishing reserves, and potential is very, very big. We have a vacuum of 40,000 fishing vessels, 150 GT to 300 GT, 40,000 a vacuum. So it's another field that we invite foreign corporations to take part in our economy. And then, of course, after all this, we want to industrialize, and this by downstreaming our resources. We are committed to this, and we have a strategic plan which we will carry out soon in all the 26 commodities that we have delineated as 26 commodities that are strategic in our view, that can create real value multiple times, that can make us more involved in the manufacturing of goods, and also making more use of our maritime resources. Maritime resources producing, of course, protein and many products from the maritime resources. So we are open for business. Before being involved in politics, I was also an entrepreneur, a businessman. So I see both sides of the picture, right? As a government, we want to increase revenue, tax. As businessmen, we want to look for the best tax deals. So I think it takes an entrepreneur, a businessman, to know a businessman, right? So we are willing to compromise. We are willing to create a business climate. We need jobs. We need growth. We need technology. We value investment. So it is we are dedicated, we are determined to create a positive business environment. As you know, Indonesians, many of you have been already active in Indonesia many years. Indonesians are very, we like foreign guests, as you know, right? We are very open people, and we welcome guests. And for us, a guest is someone we have to protect, someone that we value. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I better not continue. You know, the problem with politicians, if they're given a chance, they will speak and speak and speak. So I will conclude my remarks, and then I will make myself available if you have any questions you want to direct to me. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute.
República. For his remarks, we now invite the President of the Federative Republic of Brazil, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva.
Caros chefes de Estado e de governo, dirigentes de organizações internacionais, demais chefes de delegação, minhas amigas e meus amigos. Primeiro, eu quero agradecer a generosidade da presença de vocês, transformando o Rio de Janeiro na capital do mundo neste dia 18 de novembro, dia 19 de novembro. É muito importante o que vamos discutir aqui e eu tenho certeza que se nós assumirmos a responsabilidade com esses assuntos da fome e da pobreza, nós poderemos ter sucesso em pouco tempo. Por isso, eu queria dizer a todos vocês, sejam bem-vindos ao Rio de Janeiro. Aproveite essa cidade que é conhecida como a cidade maravilhosa. Esta cidade é a síntese dos contrastes que caracterizam o Brasil, a América Latina e o mundo. De um lado, a beleza exuberante da natureza, sob os braços abertos do Cristo Redentor. Um povo diverso, vibrante, criativo e acolhedor. De outro, injustiças sociais profundas. O retrato vivo de desigualdades históricas e persistentes. Estive na primeira reunião de líderes do G20, convocada em Washington no contexto da crise financeira de 2008. 16 anos depois, constato com tristeza que o mundo está pior. Temos o maior número de conflitos armados desde a Segunda Guerra Mundial e a maior quantidade de deslocamentos forçados já registrada. Os fenômenos climáticos extremos mostram seus efeitos devastadores em todos os cantos do planeta. A desigualdade sociais, raciais e de gênero se aprofundam na esteira de uma pandemia que ceifou mais de 15 milhões de vidas. Segundo a FAO, em 2024, de gênero se aprofundam na esteira de uma pandemia que ceifou mais de 15 milhões de vidas. Segundo a FAO, em 2024, convivemos com um contingente de 733 milhões de pessoas ainda subnutridas. É como se as populações do Brasil, México, Alemanha, Reino Unido, África do Sul e Canadá, somadas, estivessem passando fome. São mulheres, homens e crianças, cujo direito à vida e à educação, ao desenvolvimento e alimentação são diariamente violados. Em um mundo que produz quase 6 bilhões de toneladas de alimentos por ano, isso é inadmissível. Em um mundo não são o resultado da escassez ou de fenômenos naturais. A fome, como dizia o cientista e geógrafo brasileiro Josué de Castro, a fome é a expressão biológica dos males sociais. É produto de decisões políticas que perpetuam a exclusão de grande parte da humanidade. O G20 representa 85% dos 110 trilhões de dólares do PIB mundial. Também responde por 75% dos 32 trilhões de dólares do comércio de bens e serviços e 2/3 dos 8 bilhões de habitantes do planeta Terra. Compete aos que estão aqui, compete aos que estão de volta desta mesa, a inadiável tarefa de acabar com essa chaga que envergonha a humanidade. Por isso, colocamos como objetivo central da presidência brasileira no G20 o lançamento de uma aliança global contra a fome e a pobreza. Este será o nosso maior legado. Não se trata apenas de fazer justiça. Essa é uma condição imprescindível para construir sociedades mais prósperas e um mundo de paz. Não por acaso, esses são os objetivos do desenvolvimento sustentável 1 e 2 da Agenda 2030. Com a aliança, vamos articular recomendações internacionais, políticas públicas eficazes e fontes de financiamento. O Brasil sabe que é possível. Como com a participação ativa da sociedade civil, concebemos e implementamos programas de inclusão social, de fomento da agricultura familiar e da segurança alimentar e nutricional, como o nosso Bolsa Família e o Programa Nacional de Alimentação Escolar. Conseguimos sair do mapa da fome da FAO em 2014, para o qual voltamos em 2022, em um contexto de desarticulação do Estado de bem-estar social. Foi com tristeza que, ao voltar ao governo, encontrei um país com 33 milhões de pessoas famintas. Em 1 ano e 11 meses, o retorno desses programas já retirou mais de 24 milhões e meio de pessoas da extrema pobreza. Até 2026, novamente, sairemos do mapa da fome. E com a aliança, faremos muito mais. Aqueles que sempre foram invisíveis estarão ao centro da agenda internacional. Já contamos com a adesão de 81 países, 26 organizações internacionais, 9 instituições financeiras e 31 fundações filantrópicas e organizações não governamentais. Meus agradecimentos a todos envolvidos na concepção e no funcionamento dessa iniciativa já anunciaram contribuições financeiras. Foi um ano de trabalho intenso, mas este é apenas o começo. A aliança nasce no G20, mas seu destino é global. Que esta cúpula seja marcada pela coragem de agir. Por isso, quero declarar oficialmente lançada a Aliança Global contra a Fome e a Pobreza. Muito obrigado. Bem, meus amigos, daremos agora o início à discussão entre os membros do G20 começando pelos países da Troika. Por isso, eu quero passar a palavra para o primeiro-ministro Narendra Modi, da Índia, última presidência do G20.
That's it. This is the privilege to be a woman.
Small room, Brasilia.
Thank you. Colleagues, thank you.
Şimdi bu toplantımızı bir hanımefendinin başkanlığında yapıyoruz.
Above everything, we are gathering and convening here at the Trump presidency of Madam President.
But we must have a NICTA summit, no?
Ama yakın zamanda bir MİKTA zirvesi
So in Mexico City.
Belki.
You're welcome always. You're welcome.
In Mexico City.
Evet, yapabiliriz.
Mexico City.
Şimdi tabii başkanın şu anda riyasetinde bir toplantı bugün yapacak.
So we were actually going to convene under your presidency, since you are the term president, Madam President.
Ve bu MİKTA için
You are invited next year. Whatever you want. We can work for peace. We can provide.
Meksika'da mı yaparız?
Should we organize in Mexico the next meeting?
Great.
Okay.
Unanimous.
Es un privilegio recibirlos en México.
FIFA Zapata.
Perfecto.
Gracias.
Es mi canciller. Ya le encargamos de una vez la reunión.
I'm just being in charge of the follow-up on this unanimous decision.
Sizden
March.
I'm not in an election. I'm happy in an election. Sayın Başkan.
Sí, por supuesto. Si no, los podremos
We'll work it out with Korea. Mexico is great. Wherever it is, it's great that we can.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Gracias.
We'll see you in Mexico then.
Thank you.
Gracias. Gracias.
Chao.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias. Gracias y que viva Zapata. Gracias.
That was the highlight of the music.
I am Zapatista. Thank you very much. It is my great honor today to address this G20 summit. It's my first summit. Your Excellency, President of the Federative Republic of Brazil, Mr. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, esteemed leaders of the G20, heads of international organizations, distinguished invitees. I would like to express our sincere gratitude and highest appreciation to President Lula for his leadership and his guidance in advancing the aspirations of the Global South at the G20 this year. I would like also to emphasize and to commend President Lula for putting poverty and hunger as the focal point of this G20 session. I myself have just been elected president of the fourth largest country in the world. We have the fourth largest population. Therefore, hunger and poverty is for us a real issue, a day-to-day matter. We have still sizable percentage of our people below the poverty line. We also have 25% of our children going hungry every day. I was elected on the issue of poverty and hunger. Therefore, I'm very happy to be involved in this G20 summit. For countries like Indonesia, to overcome poverty and hunger is a matter of vital national interest. Therefore, in my budget, I spend a very high percentage for education because I believe that education will bring us out of poverty. Education can bring better life for our people. Free meals for our children is a vital part of our strategy. This is also part of empowering our young to be able to grasp the benefits of education. Hunger, we are very optimistic that we can overcome hunger in Indonesia. I plan to overcome food shortage in 3 years. We will be self-sufficient in 4 years. And in 5 years, we are confident we can contribute to the global alliance against poverty and hunger. Distinguished guests, economic issues cannot be separated from geopolitical affairs and geopolitical issues. We have discussed the role of conflict in the present international landscape. Indonesia supports the global South, and we also urge all countries of the G20 to address the issue of conflict. We urge urgently immediate ceasefire in Ukraine and in Gaza. Let us not hesitate to go forward and urge the participants in the region to achieve this ceasefire. For us, this is vital for the achievement of peace and stability. Only by peace and stability we can overcome poverty and hunger. We also urge countries of the G20 to use their collective strengths to strengthen multilateral efforts on this issue. Thank you. Development and their energy transition agenda. The G20 must generate tangible actions to help achieve SDGs. We in Indonesia continue to strengthen our commitment. Until 2022, we have achieved 50% of the SDG targets, and we are on track to continue to strive to achieve the SDG targets. Indonesia's efforts are not enough. We need collective action, and we need the collective effort of the G20. Another important pillar of sustainable development is, of course, the environment. Indonesia suffers the effect of climate change directly. Our coastal areas are now being inundated by rising ocean levels. We are forced to move our capital city. In the northern coast of Java, the ocean is rising by 5 centimeters per year. We are losing hundreds of thousands of hectares of productive land and arable land. Our farmers and our fishermen now are living in difficult conditions. This will exacerbate poverty and hunger. Therefore, for Indonesia, there is no alternative. We are completely committed to take measures to reduce the temperature of the climate, to save our environment and addressing the situation. We are committed to achieve renewable and green energy. We are blessed with many resources. We have now achieved the production of diesel, of biodiesel, and now our diesel needs are addressed 50% of it from plant-based, from palm oil. And also we are now developing technology to produce gasoline from palm oil. We also have tremendous reserves of geothermal, and we plan to retire our coal plants and all the fossil energy plants within the next 15 years. We plan to build more than 75 gigawatts of renewable power in the next 15 years. We also are situated along the equator. Therefore, we have more than plenty of sunlight to fuel solar-based energy. We have other sources of renewables, and that's why we are very optimistic that we can achieve net zero before 2050. Distinguished gentlemen, sustainability and not exploitation has to be shared globally. Indonesia, I think, has the largest tropical forests. Maybe only Brazil and some African countries have more forests than us. We have contributed for many, many years to cooling the world. We are considered the lungs of the earth. But we have not seen the promises of the advanced countries to provide carbon credits. This has always been offered to us. Therefore, we need a continued commitment to compensate the role of our forest in maintaining the global temperature. Indonesia is open to optimize the prospects of 557 million tons of Indonesia's carbon credit. We also have the largest carbon storage capacity, and we offer this also to the world. Distinguished Excellencies, I would like to announce that Indonesia is pleased to support international efforts. In this case, we are willing to commit $30 million to bridge funding gaps on WHO activities. We hope this can positively contribute to the noble work done by the United Nations. Moving forward, the G20 must continue its positive impact. The G20's convening power must unite and bring together advanced and emerging economies, converging different views in response to the world's most urgent challenges, in the spirit of transparency, inclusivity, and consensus as important principles in our G20. Thank you very much.
Insya Allah ya. Saya nggak tahu hitungannya, tapi terima kasih.
Tapi Bapak nonton di mobil ya, Pak?
Iya, iya. Terima kasih tim nasional. Luar biasa.
Oke.
Terima kasih.
Soal Pak, tadi ketemu sama Pak Macron.
Pak.
Tadi ketemu sama Pak Macron nggak, Pak?
Ketemu.
Iya, tadi
Ya.
ada yang bicara ada kerjasama atau apa gitu, Pak?
Iya, kita banyak kerjasama sama Prancis, banyak kemajuan. Ya.
Pak, soal final statement aja Pak terkait dengan G20 ini, bagaimana Bapak ini kan debut perdana Bapak ya Pak ya?
Iya, bagus. Ya, bagus. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak.